So, my last couple of days, I tried to study, but still I wasted a lot of time. To give context, I had folks reaching out for me to come and meet them during the weekend, but I said no, I'm going to focus hard on sitting alone and studying. And that should have worked out very well. I should have worked on a single code base and groped it. But that did not happen as planned. I could only spend 10% of my time doing that. And that is the reason for my frustration and for this video. See, the problem now is I have so many more ideas that I think I can ship, but my time is limited. And there is another factor. For all those ideas to be shipped, I need to know a certain domain knowledge regarding those particular areas. Now, I'm working on a specific code base, say Apache Iggy right now. And on the side, I'm getting 10 more ideas for some useful repos, which I can create for myself. And I start conversing with LLMs on whether that is possible. And I spend so much time on these PRDs, exploring those architectures, that I did not spend enough time actually understanding the code base that I'm actively contributing to or want to contribute to for the next couple of months. And this is the trap. This is the trap that we must avoid. So, what went wrong? What went wrong was the expectations set by some very senior engineers who from 2025 December kept tweeting about I'm using 10 agents, I'm using 5 agents. What we are definitely not accounting for is their capability to hold mental models of different code bases in their head at the same time. Something which might be new for rest of us like me. So in my case, the code base that I am looking at in itself is a lot of mental model to hold for the first time. And then I'm looking at three other things. It is generally a very new piece of technology. It is something which is a lot of trade-offs. All of this takes up a lot of your focus time. And you end up not spending time on the key project that you should be spending energy to grow. I repeat, if there are 4 PRDs that you're writing and one code base you're trying to understand, the PRDs seem enticing and very novel and attractive, and you learn a lot exploring them. But doing that in parallel with your code base, which you want to grow, means you'll not be paying attention to the main thing. It is a higher form of procrastination, trying to not do the work. In the words of Stephen Pressfield, who wrote the beautiful book Gita on the Greens or The War of Art, this friction is what is not letting you focus on what needs to be done. You need to force yourself to do the most important work. And that is what happened to me. It is the reason I could not make progress on the one code base that really mattered. And that is why I think when somebody like Shreyas says that he has only one note on his screen which says do the work, I get it. There's generally one priority that you have to focus, and our mind constantly creates this friction, this invisible hindrance by getting us distracted by 5 other things. And that is far more easy in the times of LLMs, where you have so many areas to explore, and maybe some of them will get you $1 million. But right now, they are distracting you from your current work. And the second important point is everybody who says they can ship fast with agents probably already has shipped a lot in life. So their mental models and intuition is far better than yours because you have not actually shipped as much with knowing the code base. So knowing the code base will be a superpower, I think, in terms of people coding at a faster speed. I wish I knew things at a higher level of depth. I could prompt far more easily. And again, such people don't need an exact PRD because they can have a symphony of the architecture and the PRD, you know, in their head and then choose the trade-offs accordingly. Okay. So to summarize, two insights. One, learn to grow the code base, build a mental model of it so that you can be faster with agents. Two, often working on multiple sessions is not helpful because you cannot hold so many mental models. You will just keep yourself distracting away from the most important task, which might be something that you're trying to escape. So you think you're busy, but you're not actually busy. What you're doing is you're just distracting yourself by some low productivity work, which is the PRD generation. And running 5 agents, 10 agents, great, but maybe you are not built to do that as of now.